Hello plant community, thanks for tuning in this channel. My name is Pam and today is Planty Chore Day, so let's just go right into it. Okay guys, really quick, I'm gonna try to make it quick. There's a couple of things on my list that I've been kind of like putting off that needs to happen, and I said why not do it today. It finally got a little bit cooler in here for me to actually do the chore that I wanted to do today. And so, yeah, so if you guys have any chores that you want to do, whether it's plant related or not, then we can come along and just hang out and just chill together. So it's just going to be one of those chill type of videos. But before I start talking about this girl right here, don't forget to subscribe if you have not. And thank you so much in advance. So I'm going to take you guys down here. Okay, to this monstrosity of a plant here. This is my philodendron angulostatum. I've had her for 3 years. If she was on the floor, she would probably be about right here to me. And as you can see, I've had her growing up on the stake, and she has seen better days. So let's take a closer look so you can see what I'm talking about. So yeah, she's been growing up for me, but aesthetically pleasing she is not. And this girl, I don't know, I didn't even want to clean her up. This is real plant life I'm talking right here, y'all. Y'all know what I'm talking about. All our plants are not Instagram ready. They're not at all. You got some drying leaves here and ugly leaves there and a leaf that just completely gave up there. And also too, it's a lot of internoding spacing. This stem right here, you guys, doesn't even really have anything growing because all the leaves done fell off, or I cut them off because they look like that. And then I come into this growth here. So yeah. So yeah, I like this plant. She has very minimalistic leaves, and I think the light may pick up on it, where it's the subtleness of the ripples on each leaf. So she's a very minimalist, but I think beautiful plant once she's cleaned up. However, I just don't like the way I have her growing anymore, and I am just into this mode of just starting over. Don't try to stress myself out trying to fix this, whatever this is. I mean, look at this. You have a leaf that's practically broke, holes in it. I mean, she's seen better days. So I'm going to cut her all the way back and try to save the leaves that I feel are somewhat workable, and hopefully try to reroot her and just start this plant over. So my shears, and I am cutting her all the way back down to the base. And let's see. Yep. You know that phrase that I say, no guts, no glory. So chop, chop away. Chop away we go. Okay, I think, is she free? Girlie is free. Out the stake she goes. And we lost the leaf. So, yeah, this is what she's looking like. And we're going to have a closer look. So now, I cut her. And this is what we're left with. The 3 cuts that I made. I was going to just toss this, but I want to hear from you guys. What would you do? Inquiring minds want to know. Or Inquiring Pam wants to know. So, let me know, would you leave it like this? Just keep up with the watering regimen, seeing if cutting it will force new growth out of here? Or would you chuck the whole thing all together and say, Pam, just save the cuttings that you have down here? I would like to know, and I'm not going to do anything with her until after I get responses from you guys, okay? So she's actually going to be, I'll sit her right here on the floor, and yeah, so now we're going to just bring your attention down here so you can kind of see what I'm going to do next. Okay, so as you can see, first thing we have to do is actually just remove these Velcro strips so that we can free her from this stake. And then we can actually see what leaves we want to actually cut and potentially put into water. What is it? Okay, so you see, see what I mean with this vine, you guys? It just, where's the leaves? Where are the leaves? And then you see this up at the top. That's vine number 1. We had, let me take this off. We had this small vine that never really grew. I mean, they gave me some of these leaves. But you see what I mean? Like, this is a really nice leaf, you guys. I like this leaf. I think it's nice. So, yeah, I'm more than likely to save that. And then this, it had, I guess, some kind of good growth to it. I don't know. I just I wasn't enjoying the way that it was growing anymore. So let's just distinguish what we are actually keeping. I don't think I'm actually going to be keeping a lot here, you guys. Honestly, I just don't see it. But let's get to chopping and see what we can salvage. Okay, so I'm not keeping any leaves that... This one is a pretty decent looking leaf. And of course, this one is not. So she will definitely have to go. So that's one cutting I'm keeping. This right here, guys, I don't know. Like, I don't know. You know, since the leaves are just small, right? That's all we're looking at right here in regards to size, slightly a little beat up, but that doesn't mean we can't save her nonetheless. So I may just go ahead and see. And don't forget, you know, you always want to point out where your nodes are, which is here and here. And you make sure whatever cuts you want to keep, you make sure it has a node wherever you're going to propagate. So I'm cutting this off. So let's see. I like good cutting. So we have cutting number 2. This right here, see what I mean? Like, it's all stuck and looks, now usually sometimes when you see things like this, it could be that the plant is in distress. Like, this was supposed to be a leaf, this right here, but clearly it wasn't. So you know what I'm gonna do, just to see what will happen? Just cutting it off to see if it will create something special here. I don't know if it will or won't, but I love testing out the theories. So let's see. Okay, for the most part, all this is trash. The whole thing, just chop. See what we're left with. Decisions. Okay. I don't. Actually, I'm not gonna keep any of. I'm not. Stop making it harder than what it is, Pam. Aw, dang it. I didn't mean to do that because this was a perfect leaf, but it is what it is, right? Okay. You see how, I don't know, the structure to me is weird to me. So I'm going to actually cut her here. I'm thinking future, when you know, plan her up, she'll look, I don't know, better. So, and this looks okay too. It's like node here, node there. So success for propagating, and the leaves pretty much look pretty decent. So I'll keep those leaves. I'm not keeping any of these. It's all trash. This is where it gets a little, nope. Nope. Maybe, let's see. So I'm definitely doing away with that. Should I? Shouldn't I? I'm cutting that off. But I think I'm gonna, let's see. I think I'm gonna try to keep this. Now we getting to the top of the final. Ugh, you see what I mean? Like disastrous. But this is a gorgeous, you see what I mean, you guys? Like, I don't know, less says more to me. And this is just saying natural beauty. Admire the foliage. Okay, so no, not this. I'm not keeping that. No, it's already, see that? It's already snapped, so nope. No need. I'm not saving that. I will save this. This look like it's just a little bit of spot, subtle damage, but we have to learn how to appreciate some of the imperfections, as I would say. This right here, I think I'm gonna leave it as a 2. Or would you cut this? You know what? My gut is saying to make it 2 cuts. Yeah, okay, I'll make it. And let's see. This leaf is like, I don't know. I'm not really feeling this leaf, but I don't want to let it go just yet. So because of that, I'll try to make the incision right above this node. And I don't know. We'll see how she does. And then this, gee Louise. Gee Willikers, this is a mess. So, there's no need. It's so funny, you guys. When I used to, in the beginning of my plant journey, I'm telling you, I used to beat myself up for like just cutting off leaves and, oh no, I gotta save the planet. And, you know, and you just, I don't know. Your perspective changes a little bit as you become a little bit more, I guess I wouldn't really say knowledgeable. I would say more comfortable in your plant journey, if that makes sense. So this looks kind of not attractive. Being honest, the funky way that it's growing here, but there's potential here that I kind of don't want to let it go. Pulling back these old sheaths. Yeah, I don't want to go, ooh, I ripped that off. Because I don't know if this right here, you see this? If that's a growing eye, I think it is. And it looks like something was trying to come out of there, but because she's seen better days. And you know, I don't even know if this is actually going to unfurl or not. Considering I cut it, I know that's not the golden rule. You really shouldn't cut it. I would cut it off, honestly, but I'm not. I'm just going to wait. Oh, yeah, and there's another, like, growing eye right here, too. So, yeah, I definitely want to leave, especially since I did this chop. It'll be interesting to see exactly... Okay, so all this is just scrap. All right. So I do have some already prepared fossils, if you will. Y'all remember these? I can't really show y'all. Y'all see that? Y'all remember these ones that we designed? Or I designed, I believe I showed y'all or something like that. Oh, my hand in the way. Can't really see that. So they're filled up with fertilized water with some Super Thrive in it as well. So I'm just going to plop these babies in there and we can see what's going to happen. I wasn't sure how many cuts I was going to have, but I knew because of the stem itself for philodendrons can be pretty thick. I didn't know how many of these I could actually put in a water vessel. So I said to myself, to be on the safe side, it's best to just go ahead and get 2 together. Oh yeah, I never even told y'all where I had this plant at. This plant was actually initially in my dining room underneath a grow light, and then I had moved it in my bedroom. It was like in my bedroom for a few months. And near my window, I can't remember the position of the window always. I feel like every time I try to tell y'all, I change the direction every time because I honestly can't keep up with it. But I was just watching her, and she just looked like she was not as healthy, and she wasn't thriving. She was growing, but she just didn't look healthy or happy, if that makes sense. So, yeah, so this is that one. And here's the other one. And what I'm going to do, you guys, I probably put this inside my dining room, and it's going to be growing probably under some grow lights, and then we'll just take it from there. But I just want to prep her right. I just feel like doing it now is a great time because we're winding down, and just to prepare her more or less for the next growing season, if that makes sense. So I feel really good that I finally got this done. So we're going to move on to the next 2 chores I have, or maybe one, we'll see. But yeah, so on to the next. Okay, guys, so we're going to probably look into doing 1 or 2 pottings of these cacti that I have. But before I get into that, I wanted to create my little bit of soil mixture. These are, this was from Big Lots, these cocoa bricks, 10 liters. It was $1.99 from Big Lots. I brought these the end of growing season 2023, and I don't know, I've been using it and just adding my amendments to it, and I don't know, it's been working for me. I thought it was a very good deal, very reasonable price, so I kind of like got as many bricks as I possibly could, and I'm glad I did because of course they didn't even have any of these past growing seasons. So just going to show you down below just me mixing the portion up. So yeah, down here. Okay, so they say about this is a half a brick, by the way. You can see just a half a brick. I didn't want to put the whole brick because it's like 10 liters for a whole brick, and you usually use like 3 liters of water for a whole brick, which is slightly less than a gallon of water. So in this case, I'm just going to use maybe a half a gallon. And this is fertilized water, you guys. I already had the water fertilized, and I used some I put some Super Thrive in this water too. So since I'm doing that, because sometimes when I make my mixture, I will use I try to use, so we're just going to let it sit while we go on to the next chore. But I usually use worm casting, that's what it is, inside of it. And so since I don't have any upstairs, I just decided to go ahead and put fertilized water in here. And we're going to let this sit for a while, and then we'll just take a look at these cactuses. Okay, so we're down here. We need to take a look at this cacti here, but I'm just going to work on this one first. I don't think there's anything wrong with this particular cactus. I just need to, this is an aesthetic thing for me. I don't know if you, can you tell, can you see? Like it's just leaning forward. I kind of, I don't know if I don't like the look of it. So I want to try to see if I can straighten her up. But I feel like in order for me to do so, I have to take her out of this pot. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to try to do that by using these tongs. Okay. Yeah. Whew. Okay, she came out way easier than I had anticipated. And I kind of just want to reposition her in the pot if I'm able to. Not sure. Just don't like, this bothers me and I don't know why. Again, I don't know if it's the Libra in me that just wants it to be just completely standing straight or what. These are handy, by the way. I just got these from the dollar store to use to grab my cacti without hurting myself. And she's done such an amazing job wrapping herself into the soil mixture. I don't really want to disturb her too much. But, I don't know. So, I think the slight OCD in me every time man, wish I had two. Every time I try to, every time I walk by her, I'm sorry, I'm getting sidetracked in my thought. Every time I walk by her, because she sits in my dining room on one of my planting shelves, every time I go by her and I see her leaning forward, I don't know, it bothers me. Is that OCD? Yeah, Pam, it's OCD. I don't need y'all to answer that. I was just... I was just saying that to myself. There's some form of it, that's for sure. See if I can... And I know she could have been leaning too. Maybe she was trying to reach more for the light, I think. Because of where I have her at, which I doubt. But I don't know. Let me try to... Also, too, when I was setting up, I also realized I didn't have enough water in these cocoa core bricks, so I added maybe like 2 additional cups to the mixture. So in total, for a half a brick or 5 liters, you would probably put 6 cups of water for that, just to let you know. But for the whole 10 liters, it would have been 3 liters of water, or roughly over 12 cups of water. So okay, I don't know if she's going to stay like this long, and I don't want to water her because what I should have did probably was wear a mask when I was doing all this dumping and tossing of the dirt. Pam, you know better, girl. Some influencer I am, right? Trying to influence y'all. Don't do as I do. Do as I say. Type of mentality. Remember that? But anyway, she's just not, you know, I don't think I can really do anything about it. Right now, she's sitting up straight, and I probably am overthinking it. I'm trying to change, y'all, because I usually use like a brush or something, paintbrush, but it's in my cabinet over here, and I'm just too daggone lazy to get up. It's been a long day, you guys. I'm actually losing light in here, which is why I have my grow light actually on to give me extra light, because it's almost dinner time, you guys, and my stomach is growling. So I feel like, no, because I mean, I got it snugged in there, and I don't want to have it any less tight than what I already have. Okay, so that was just a quick fix. I've been just, like I said, walking past her. But isn't she beautiful, you guys? I really love this cactus. It's a beautiful color. Look at the baby. Such a pretty color. Oh, man. Yeah, she is growing so nicely. I was thinking about, at first I was thinking about putting stones up around here, but then I said, nah. And the only reason why I decided not to do it is because I got these daggone so many cocoa chips up at the top. I think I'll just leave that be. So, yeah, so I'm okay with this one. It was no problems with her. It was just more aesthetic. Now, this one right here, you guys, is the questionable one. I'm going to try to take her out with getting poked. Um, this is like a blue candle cactus or something like that. Some kind of blue something cactus. Can't remember the name. But what I've noticed is, and I've had her outside. She's beautiful, isn't she? I had her outside, but you see them pricklies? God, there she's dangerously beautiful. Goodness gracious, don't mess with her. She will strike back. But she'll strike back. The reason why I want to take her out of here, because you see this right here. This was one of these. And I don't know what happened here. But also, to take a quick look at her soil. I never potted her up. I never repotted her or did anything. So I want to take her out and take a look and see what the heck is going on with her. But I also wanted to remove her soil. I'm almost tempted, if I'm able to, honestly, you guys, to separate the pups from this one. And I'm gonna have to make that decision as I go along, because as you can see, okay, so root systems look fine, but I really have to, I don't want to, she's like rock hard. I have to break her up because something's going on, or I didn't water it. Can you like not water a cacti so much till it actually shrivel up that way? I mean, like, maybe you can. So, yeah, I'm taking a chance here, you guys. I didn't want to, I'm going to have to. Sheesh. You got to be even careful in the soil. They're dangerous below, you guys. Ouch. Dang. Handle with care. She's spicy. I like her. She's a spicy one. She bites back. Okay. What I'm doing right here, you guys, is probably very unorthodox. Normally, you'd be like, handle gently with care and make sure you don't rip the roots and every root count. And I'm not going to do that. I mean, roots count, but I'm not. I'll be here until next Tuesday, you guys. Don't look if it's bothering you guys. Don't look. It's a reason why I'm doing this. My gut. Here I go. No guts, no glory. Yeah. Oh, gosh. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, I can't dig too deep. I don't know. I feel like, yeah, I just want to, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely separating this. And I'm going to tell y'all, oh, tag it. Why in a minute. She poking the crap out of me. She don't want to be separated from her mommy. I get it, but you may make mommy sick, and I can't have that. So, oh gosh, okay. These roots. Sometimes you gotta executive decisions, you guys. Executive decisions. Oh, sheesh. Pam, you keep doing it. Why are you? Oh, sometimes we can be a sucker for pain. All right, let me see. I'm just gonna have to cut this free. because I can't. Okay. I need y'all ideas on this, you guys. Okay, so she's beautiful, but my goodness. Gorgeous, right? I think I'm going, yep. I gotta go with my gut here. I'm gonna separate the mama. Because I don't know what's going on with the babies. So, it's interesting. See if I can, something, form of death rot. This thing is dead, like, is dead and dead. It's like mushy. Let's see. Oh, I'm able to, oh wow. I feel like I'm doing surgery, you guys. Okay. I think I'm gonna leave them bare rooted for a while, for a little bit, until I can decide what to do with them. I'm gonna show y'all something up close. I don't know. Never seen this before. I think I asked y'all one time before when I had them outside. Could I not be like, it's just so, look at that, so crispy and dry. Is that a, I'm extremely underwatering her? Or, I mean, because this is what, Oh, wow. I feel like I'm doing that game operation a little bit. Okay. Take a look at that. Pretty rotten. And not only is it pretty rotten, it's like it's completely soft and dry and like barely not good there. Now, these are the two questionable ones that I don't want to put back with mommy. And the reason why in particular is because, okay, you could actually separate them if I wanted to. I don't know if I need to, I don't know. Guys, you see, can y'all see like that outer edge, like around where the spines are? It's some kind of, you see that? You see it underneath of here? It's like some kind of fungal situation. So there could be a little something funky or sinister going on here. And I'm just going to put sick child number 1 and maybe, I don't know, it's so weird. Like, I'm looking at potential sick baby number 2. She may not be sick. I don't know. She doesn't have the same things as the other ones. And then mom, which I need to pick up by the root, because mom, she looks perfectly fine. So, mommy, I'm sorry for separating you from your babies, but in the health of you, I think I'm going to actually put you in a more better, chunkier soil mix and give you a drink just in case. Because I really can't even remember the last time I watered her. So I think that's what I'm going to do for her. And I need some help from you guys. Let me know about these babies. I will... y'all let me know. And what I plan on doing as I wait to hear from you guys. I'm counting on you. Counting on you guys to kind of like let me know what your thoughts are. It could be some kind of fungal infection, which it probably could be. I'm just going to put these 2 babies in here. And what I'll do is... I have some fungicide. I think I'm put this in the sink a little later, rinse it off, clean off all the soil, and just really spray some solution on her. These babies may actually be, these children may be potted up together, and mommy stays apart, which I feel like is going to have to happen. Now, considering that there's a potential fungal situation, I'm not quite sure about this anymore with her. So, all right, so just gonna, the sick one definitely going in here for now, because I'm putting mommy in a, the mother plant into a terracotta pot. No need for me to keep the soil. One second. So I went and got my other tongs. I don't know. I just felt better using it for, well, better mommy. But let me show you now what my mix or this cocoa is looking like. Okay, so yeah. It's mixed well with this water. And I'm just mixing it around. Now, I'm going to add some of my mixed already pre-soiled mix. Traditionally with this by itself, as you can see, not really good. You saw how it's just ball-like. You don't want that. You don't want that for your soil mixture, especially with something like cacti. You want a well-drained soil. But what I do is I put so much amendments in here. Like I put my cocoa chips in here. I'll put my perlite definitely in here. I'll put actually orchid bark as well. And I'm actually going to mix some of this. This right here is actually very aerated mixture. It has everything in it. More bark and perlite and orchid bark and all that drainage than the actual soil itself. I may have very little soil in here to create this, but this mix right here is extremely chunky. And I kind of make this prior to, so that all I have to do is dump it into this, if that makes sense. So also too, yeah, because I can make my mix a little bit too chunky sometimes. Depending on the plant, they may not need it. So I'm putting a lot of my dry mix in here. And I really should have had a mask on. I don't know what the heck I was thinking. I'm thinking the wetness, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking the wetness from this cocoa Chore will help dampen all of that smoke. I shouldn't have done that. That was really not very smart. So you guys don't do what y'all just seen me do. Make sure you have a mask if you're ever mixing your stuff up. I may add a little bit more to this mixture, but this feels like a, I don't know, I just love the way it feels. Let's see. Still too, and I know it's doing that because it's also a little wet, but still, I like it to be a little bit more. Usually I mix this up in my, what you call it? In my crawl space downstairs. And I already have this pre-made. So I was kind of just running out. And I needed it to be a little, and what I had, it was just way too chunky for me to do what I wanted to do with my other plants. So this has a lot of good drainage in here. Yeah. See how it's falling out now? So, like I said, if it's, you ball it up, if it's falling lightly from your hands like this, it's a key indicator for me at least that the soil is airy. So yeah, that looks pretty good. I think I have a, maybe I'll put, I got a little bit of perlite. You know what, I need to get my little baby terracotta pot anyway, so I'll be right back. Give me 1 sec. It's just a little bit of perlite that I had. Just adding it into the mix. Did I need it? I didn't necessarily need it, but I did want to use it. And the cool part about it is if I need it to be not as airy, I can add either more cocoa husk to it, or if I need it to be a little bit more chunky of a mix, I can add other amendments to it. So that's why I like doing it like this, just for the flexibility. Because I used to try to say, you know, Pam, do things that make it simpler and easier. But as you start adding more different varieties of plants to your collection, there's no such thing as simple. Not at all. Or basic. It starts getting quite different. So if you really want a very minimalistic, easygoing, carefree planting experience without all the hassle of guessing what to do as far as planting mediums, I would recommend sticking to one genus of plant. But for me, in my personal opinion, where's the fun in that? So but again, it's what you like. You know what? Let me see something. I have a, I'm not getting up anymore, but I'm using this leca ball to cover the hole. I usually have like my dry sheets. Okay, so I'm going to try to position her as best as I can. Let me get some of the soil up in here. Okay, mommy. Let's see. Hope you don't act up because you've been separated from your babies. You shouldn't be. At least I hope not. Okay, gotta try to. I'm using my fingertip to hold one prickly just so I can get those roots down. Let's see if I can center her. Okay, without getting poked. Oh gosh. Sheesh. Sheesh. I think I need to hold her up at this point. I'll turn her around and see. I'm right-handed, you guys, so trying to do stuff sometimes with my left hand, a bit of a challenge. More soil, a little bit. Trying to take my time so I won't get stuck. I think I got stuck. I don't know how many times. These cacti, boy, they hazardous. Damn, don't start. I was looking at this plant and I was like, is she leaning? So I was thinking to myself, don't start it, Pam. Just don't start it. She's in this pot now. No turning back. And she may be a little wobbly too, Pam, because she has to get her footing in the soil, Pam. You got to give her a couple of weeks, Pam. Oh, boy. Do y'all talk to yourselves like that? Or is that weird or bizarre? Sometimes talking stuff out, whether it's I think to yourself or others, really help. Okay, what do you think, you guys? What do you think? Actually, believe it or not, whether the babies are sick or not, I really like the way she looks. Isn't the hue on her so beautiful? And I believe, I'm not sure, you guys, correct me if I'm wrong, I think that coating that you see on here is some form of protection for plants. Like you see it looking like a dusty hue. Like actually the lighting on the camera looks way better than it does in person. It almost look a little dusty in color. And I think that the average person would be trying to clean her up. But I think it's actually some form of protective coating for her. It's interesting. So, yeah. So now it's just time for me to do a little bit of cleaning up. And yeah, I guess y'all will see me clean up. Okay, guys, so that's what we've gotten done. I was able to chop and prop that philodendron. I was able to get this beautiful cactus separated from his babies, sick babies, potentially take care of the sick babies, and geometrically fit her a little bit better. But yeah, that pretty much ends this chore video, you guys. I hope you got a lot done. Let me know what chores you did, if you did any, whether it's plant related or not. If you say, you know what, Pam, I washed a load of clothes as I watched you, that's great, because you are one task closer to checking stuff off your list. So yeah, I had a blast joining and spending time with you guys. Just keep in mind, if you love foliage as much as I do and you love listening to planty things, definitely subscribe to this channel if you have not. Please remember to do what I've been telling you guys to do. Push those thumbs up. Push them up, you guys. It's been helping my channel out, and I can't stress it enough how grateful I am of you, and I love talking to you guys. Enjoy your day wherever you are in the world, and until next time, guys, much love. I'll see you later.